Alright YouTube, Big Germ's Garage here, coming back at you with another episode. Today I'm going to quickly go over the parts that I've got in, talk about what needs to be done, and then also I wanted to say I've made a lot of videos of buying things, a lot of videos of kind of looking around in the garage. Hopefully in the next week, starting maybe today or tomorrow, I'm going to get more videos of actually doing work in the garage, actually working on stuff. So let's take a quick look at the order that I just got in, talk about what's actually also in the mail. Because in the previous probably 2 or 3 videos I talked about the things I had bought and what I needed for the items, like the Go-Karts and Mini Bikes, and I talked about the things that I need to buy for each one, like the different parts. So let's look around and I'll show you what I'm thinking and what's coming in. So here up on the workbench, got it within a day. The number 40 chain. This is the chain needed for the Tomberlin Firefox. That needs the chain, and I also have brake pads on the way. So brake pads are on the way. I found them, I believe I bought them off of eBay. The reason I bought them off eBay because the guy was closer, he was in Texas, and it had a faster shipping time. It was basically, and I'll show you them more when I get them, when I put them in, but they were pretty much just listed as ATV, Chinese ATV go-kart mini bike brake pads. And the thing about them, I have half the brake pad here. I actually found bolts and put them on. But one side is like a longer brake pad here, and then the other one's a smaller brake pad, and it has little slanted corners. And I'll show you those when I put the new ones on. But that's just in place because I wanted to find the bolts for it, make sure they work. So that's in place, but I'm waiting for brake pads. Got the chain here. I'm hoping the brake pads come in. Today's Thursday. Hopefully they come in by Saturday so we can take it riding on Sunday. Now this pile of parts here is actually for the Yerf dog. The Yerf dog was bought about 3 weeks ago. Tomberlin was bought Sunday, so 4 or 5 days ago. The Yerf dog was purchased about 3 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more, and I bought a bunch of parts. Thought that was going to be the main one we were working on, but I've actually got some thoughts about it. The Tomberlin's got the Mitsubishi motor. The Yerf dog's got the Predator, but if you remember, that Predator was supposedly locked up. I got it to run, so I don't really know exactly how great that's going to run. We like how strong this go-kart feels when it comes to shocks and all that kind of stuff. This one, I'm not exactly sure. The front end, it looks kind of rough. There's a couple spots where the previous owner has welded it, like right there. You can see that well, so I don't know exactly how this go-kart is going to do either. So the plan is to take both of them in their current state to the farm riding the next time we go. Hopefully this Sunday, if all the rest of the parts come in, and I can get mainly this one, the Yerf dog, straight. And I'll talk about that in just a second. So if I can get both of these to the farm, I'm going to let my kids ride them around for a while. Make sure this motor does hold up before I start putting new carburetors and taking the governor out and all that kind of stuff, and new exhaust. Before I do all that, I want to make sure this motor is not just going to die on me. But if it does, in one of my other videos I've mentioned that I have a brand new Predator right there in the box ready to go. So let's talk about what all I ordered. So a big shipment came in from GoPowerSports.com for the Yerf dog. So up here we have, first we have some seat adjusters. I probably should not have bought these, and I'll show you in a second. These are not long enough. I'm going to have to do a little bit of fabricating to make them work, but my kids are 11. They are big enough to ride the go-kart, but I thought maybe having an adjustable seat would make it easier for them to move a little bit forward and back and adjust the seat. They wanted to go with the, and it's in there right now, they wanted to go with the double seat. When we got it, if you look out there, we can see I had one of those single bucket seats in there. So they didn't want the bucket seat, they like riding with each other. So we're going with the double seat. Thought this would help. I also purchased 2 basic seat belts for the Yerf dog because it has no seat belts, so I'm going to be putting those in. I've got a new throttle cable here. This is, I think, the 75-inch. When I measured, that seemed to be about right. I was a little confused when I first got it because this end's on it, but this end's going to be cut anyway to be attached to the actual motor, so this little 90-degree angle will come off there. But that's, let's see, new throttle cable. We have the Mikuni, or it's supposed to be Mikuni, carburetor. Now, they were out of the 22s, and my order kept getting pushed back. I ordered it, it wasn't being sent. I actually ordered all this stuff minus these springs on a Sunday. I ordered those springs on a Monday because somebody suggested it in one of my videos, and the springs came in within 2 days. Everything else was still not being shipped. It took about a week and a half. I called and I was told that the Mikuni 22mm carburetor was back ordered or out of stock. So when I went on the website, it did say out of stock after I had already ordered it. So I talked to someone at Go Power Sports, and they sent me this 26. Now I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be a lot more fuel to the go-kart, so hopefully it all works out. But this carburetor is a little bit bigger than I originally thought I was going to be going. So if you have any thoughts on that, let me know. This is going to be my first actual go-kart build, so we will see how it goes. But this is a 26mm Mikuni. It is the Mikuni. It's not the Chinese knockoff one. So they upgraded and sent it right that day. So I called. They said they hadn't gotten around to, I think it was May 28th or 29th. They hadn't gotten around to those orders yet, and they said they were closed. And then I told him, you know, my order number. He checked it out. He said that the Mikuni 22mm was the holdup. He asked if they could upgrade me. I said yes. That afternoon it was in the mail. So I've got the carburetor. That was originally gonna go on the Predator. It's on that go-kart. Okay. And like I said, all this is pretty much for the Yerf Dog, other than that chain. We have valve springs. I forget if these are 18 or 20. What are they? These are 18-pound valve springs. Hopefully that's right. If not, let me know. Like I said, watching YouTube videos, looking around, that's what I decided to go with. That's what was suggested on my last video. I can't remember the viewer's name that suggested it. So I've got a couple filters, some gaskets to go on there, filter for the fuel tank coming off of the valve, the head valve cover there. I've got the manifold for the carburetor here. This actually got Go Power Sport right there. This actually has some bolts and another gasket there. Air filter for the Mikuni. And they actually did it right good. They put the 26 on there, so hopefully that all works out. I decided to go with this pipe. I'm thinking was called the trumpet. Let's see. Yes, this is the header pipe. Trumpet is for the 212 or 196 cc. So it looks pretty good. I held it up to the motor, but I'm gonna get videos of putting all this stuff on whichever way I decide to go. And then in this little package here, we have a new valve cover, gasket, and a new gasket to go behind the flywheel, that cover when I take the governor out. So a couple gaskets there. So that was my big order. It was like 200 and some bucks. I figured I'd get a bunch of videos by putting these in and just trying to decide what to do now. So those parts were originally for the Yerf Dog and the Predator. Like I mentioned a minute ago, and I'll walk over here now. I'm going to bring this with me as well. So this is the seat adjuster. So originally they were for the Yerf Dog. I still want to get a side-by-side comparison of the Yerf Dog and the Tomberlin. My kids enjoy this one better. They like it. We like the steering better. We like the suspension better. So I'm leaning towards this one. This is the one I'm going to build. But I want to see which motor is better, the Mitsubishi or the Predator. And I want to see if this motor holds up. So we're planning on taking both of them this weekend. So I'll get some footage of that as well. So here's the seat. And this is going to need to go between there, but it's not long enough. And I'm going to need some sort of metal underneath the seat, and then I'm going to need some other metal attached to these brackets here on the frame. So I've got that channel there, and I also went and got this piece of metal here. My plan is to attach, this is going to be cut I think about 12 inches long, and I'm going to attach it on the bottom of the seat from here to here, and then this seat adjustment is going to be hooked to that flat piece of metal on the top, and then the bottom of this is going to be attached to this piece which is attached to the frame. I just started trying to think about it earlier today, so that's my thought as of right now. If you have any other suggestions about that, let me know, because I am going to be doing that pretty quick, because our plan is to take it this weekend. If I can't get that fixed, then I'll go ahead and throw the bucket seat in here just so I can try it out. But that's the Earth Dog. Those are the parts that are still coming in. I think everything's been ordered for this, waiting for rear brake pads on that. And then I also just uploaded a video of these two mini bikes. Yes, the mini bikes. So these are the Motovox MBX 10s. I've got new brake pads for both coming. I've got new brake lever for that one coming. I've got a chain guard for this one coming. No chain guard on there now. And I've got a chain for this one, so this one has no chain. So I'll get a better idea, or I'll let you know a little better idea of exactly what I bought and where I got it from. Most of those parts came from eBay or Amazon. Amazon had a bunch of them. I think the only thing that really came from eBay is the chain guard. It was a little bit cheaper, free shipping, and the price was about the same. So the website that came up for Motovox, and I can't remember it, it was like around $44, but they wanted $10 shipping. eBay had the chain guard for like $44 free shipping, so I went with the one from eBay. So all of that stuff's in the mail. So as those parts come in, I'm going to get these going. I did not buy an air filter box yet. That one's missing the back cover and the filter. My thought was to just at least get a filter when we take it riding, throw the filter up in there, maybe zip tie it in place for now, and then later on look for a cover, because you had to buy the entire thing, and it was like 30 bucks I think for the air filter box. Alright, so I've got a lot of projects. These two are being worked on, the Earth Dog is being worked on, Tom Berlin's being worked on, and the KX100 is kind of just sitting there. Just got that last week, so I haven't really thought much about it other than putting the parts out and kind of looking through them. Alright, so a lot was just talked about. How about this? Viewers, if you got any thoughts about what videos I should make, maybe some suggestions. In the past I've made videos of working on things. I've tried using GoPro cameras and different cameras and everything. Some videos have been long, a lot of talking, like this one was a lot of talking. Recently I tried doing some little bit quicker videos of going to get some items like the go-karts and the mini bikes. When I did the sharpening of the blades for the swisher, I tried to do a little bit more editing with the video. So tell me what you want. You want shorter videos, longer videos? I know some YouTubers, when they work on something, they'll have like a whole series of videos kind of put together for 30 minutes long. You know, they get the parts, they work on it, then they're out riding it. Would you like that kind of video, or just short videos? You know, I'm putting in the seat belts, it's a video of the seat belts being put in. I'm putting in the carburetor, it's a video of the carburetor being put on. Like 5-minute, 10-minute videos, like what would you rather see? Let me know. Hit like and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I'll catch you next time. I look forward to seeing your comments. Have a good one.